welcome back to Sam's Everyday Cooking, and today we are making a very delicious China Taiwan street food dish called Bao Buns. Now Bao Buns are nice fluffy little bread which is steamed, and they are so soft, they're almost like soft pillows, and they're light to eat, and you can stuff anything you like in them, either stir-fried beef or chicken or fried pieces of chicken fillet. It's up to you. We're going to start first with our bao. For that, I'm using 2.5 cups of flour, plain white flour. We have 2/3 cup of warm water, tepid water, like if I put my finger in it, it's warm. The same thing with the milk as well. So this is 1/2 cup milk, 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, which will go into the flour now, and 1 tablespoon of yeast and some salt. I'm going to start mixing all these ingredients. So, all right, let's do the sugar first. So the sugar in the warm water is going to melt a little bit. Okay, stir it. Stir it well. Add the milk, and then we add the yeast. 1 tablespoon of yeast. 1 level tablespoon of yeast. Okay, and we give a gentle stir to this, and we will keep it in a warm place. So I'm just going to keep it in my micro for it to froth. It'll take about between 5 and 10 minutes, and if there are any lumps in there, just make sure that you have a whisk so that you mix it very well. Okay friends, so you see our yeast is so beautifully frothed and it's risen so well. Now we are going to add some baking powder in our plain flour. So we are using 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, exactly 1/2. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that it's incorporated very well in our flour. So I'm just using a whisk to mix it up well. Okay, and after this we are going to add in our yeast. Just pour it in. Okay, and make sure that you remove all of this with a spoon. Okay, I'm going to clear up the bowl. Make sure that you don't waste any of the wonderful yeast that's going to help to make our dough. So gently just mix it up first, and then I'm going to transfer this on my kneading mat, and so it will be easier for us to knead the dough now. Okay, it's all mixed very well, and here we will add let's add some of the oil, and we leave a little bit right for the end when the dough is made. So okay, and now we have to knead the dough. So you see I've removed all the flour mixture onto my mat, and now I'm going to slowly start kneading the dough. At this point, also keep some plain flour with you, because it helps in kneading it as well, because the dough will stick to you in the beginning, and then later on, once it's incorporated very well, then it's not a problem. So start kneading, and try kneading it with this palm over here. And this recipe is exact recipe, so I don't think any of you should have any problem with making a perfect dough. Okay, so I've got a little bit of flour that I'm using on my hand just to help me knead the dough. And kind of you're breaking the gluten down, so make sure that you really work into the dough, and it should be a nice soft dough. Okay, Perfect. You see, it's perfect. It just rises up when I push my finger down. There. Now we are going to put it back into our bowl, and we're going to add in the rest of the oil. Okay, and then give it a gentle knead again one more time, so the oil is also makes it even softer. Clean up your bowl, and now you can cover it up with a kitchen towel and keep it for at least 2 hours. And what you do is you try and make space in the middle and then cover up the dough, so the air gets trapped inside, and help it rise. It'll help the dough rise, and then you turn it over. See, and this should become double in size. Friends, so I have covered the dough with a cling film, and the reason being that when the dough rises, it'll stick to the wet towel. So after doing that, I'm going to cover it with a towel, and I'm going to keep it in a warm place, either in an oven or in a microwave, wherever it is a warm place. You keep the dough for 2 hours until it rises. Okay friends, it's been almost 2.5 hours since our dough has been resting and rising, and as you can see, it's beautifully risen, and now we can start working with our dough. So you see, that's why I normally put the cling film, so that it will not stick to the towel. And you slowly start bringing the dough back together, and we'll knead this a little bit again, and after that I will make into little buns, and we'll rest them again for another 15 minutes. So you see how beautiful our dough is. It's so nice and soft. Let's start working with this now. Okay. Sprinkle a little bit of plain flour so it's easier to work with. Cut them into half. Okay, so this is, I've taken a little less than half, and I'm going to roll this now into one big, like a chapati or like a pizza bread. Just roll it out a little bit. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour, not too much, because I don't want it to be too floury. And now I will roll this, and then we will cut it into small discs. I will just show it to you. Try and roll it as much as you can. It's about this much thickness, if you can see. About this much thickness. Okay. Alright, now we just take a normal drinking glass and we make little discs. Now you see these little discs over here, and just like slightly flattening them out. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to take some oil. We have some oil here, so I'm going to take a brush and an oil, and I'm going to oil this, all of them. We'll do all of them similarly. So, okay, and then fold them lightly, okay? Like a semicircle. All of them, just fold them lightly. And after folding, just gently pat it down. Don't press it down too much, just pat it down a little, because when they steam, they must open up. So gently pat them down. Okay, and we place them and then cover them again, and this will rest for another 15 minutes. So I'm going to complete making all of them now. Okay friends, these are my last two and I'm done with them, and then I will be allowing it to rest and rise. So one more time, you see, you oil it generously and pat it down a little bit. I've already oiled it and I'm going to pat it down a little bit again. And these are all ready. As you can see, I'm going to leave them now for about 15 minutes for it to all rise. Okay, this is a wet towel. I'm just going to cover it and leave it. Friends, now we are going to steam the buns. So for that, I am using this bamboo steamer. I have got a wok over here, and I'm going to, let me switch on the hob first, and I'm going to pour some water. Now, don't pour too much water, because when it bubbles through, it will almost reach your bows. So, I mean your buns, sorry. So just keep the water about this much, you know, and then place the steamer over it like this. I've taken a butter paper or glaze paper, okay, and then I've put it inside, okay, neatly, and we let the water boil, and then we place the buns in it, and the buns will steam for 12 minutes. So I want to show you, friends, that the water is boiling away. I've placed my steamer on it, my bamboo steamer, and now I'm going to put my bao buns on it. And don't crowd them too much, okay? They will expand some more, so just gently place them. And they're very soft at the touch, so I'll put about maybe 5 of them. That's enough. Okay, and we cover them exactly 12 minutes. Check on the buns now. Oh, the buns are looking beautiful. They are so lovely and puffed up, and look at them. Oh, it's very hot. So we are going to get the buns out now, and it's very, very hot. So I'm going to lower the flame a little bit and then gently remove the buns. And I'm placing it in this container. So it's so beautifully puffed up, soft as pillows. And we have to also check on the water level over here, because you know the water evaporates, so we are going to check the water level. Now we need some more water here. Okay, and then place the bamboo again over it and let it boil. Friends, whilst our water is boiling and I'm getting ready for putting the next batch in there, I just want to show you that this is another kind of steamer that you can use. Friends, our second batch is now ready for putting in. Our steamer is ready, and we are going to put another batch of our buns in there. They are very soft, so you know, be very gentle with them. And 5 is plenty. Okay, and then put the timer again on for 12 minutes. Okay, friends, let's put our buns together now. So I just want to show you, you know, see how light they are, and this buns will open up like this. This is where we are going to put our fillings. You see, like pillows, so light. All right, now let's start putting everything together. So it's entirely up to you. Once you've made all this, you can put whatever you like. So I'm putting lettuce, okay, and I'm putting a cucumber, and then I'm going to add in our chicken. One second, just so that you can see me doing it. So we add the chicken in it, stuff it nicely. Okay, some spring onion. Okay, how pretty does this look? And we're going to place it here. I also have to add our carrot pickle that we have made earlier. So we'll add that as well. Now I'll just show you one more, and I'm sure you all are all great chefs and super cooks at home. You all probably will be more innovative and do other things with it. So even if you want to just make it wedge, you can also add maybe a wedge cutlet over here with the buns. So you can add the spring onions, then you can add some chicken in it. Just stuff it in nicely. Okay, a little more spring onion on the top. Second bun, just place it under so it stays well. Okay.